All right. Hello, we are here for Show Your Work Lesson 7. Take it away.
All right. Well, first off, nice earrings, Andy.
Oh, thank you. These are
Yeah,
winners.
those are good stars, huh?
Yeah, go figure.
You're quite the star.
Oh, you're my star. You're a
Oh,
star.
uh. All right. Enough of that. What are we here for? We're here for show your work, and we're up to lesson 7. So, lesson 6, if you'll remember, back to last week, was teach what you know. And learn from that, share your secrets. Do you have any recap on that thought?
Well, that really opened up a world to me because I had been afraid to share my secrets for, my bead embroidery or like things I get afraid to show it. And I've been watching these like dreadlock ladies because I'm not gonna be like have dreadlocks all over my hair, but you can make like colored like hair additions that are kind of dready.
Mhm.
So I've been watching this dreadlock lady, and I realized that because I can watch her, I can make my own dreadlocks instead of buying them from her. And so in that way, it's like a negative for her because I'm not buying dreadlocks from her, but it's a positive for me because I can make my own now. And that's kind of what I'm always worried about is like if I show people how to do this bead embroidery, like maybe they wouldn't come to me for a bead embroidery. But you know what I mean? It's just the lesson is just show it and share it and don't be stingy with your knowledge. And so I am going to share my bead embroidery. I'm just going to share it.
Oh, nice. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's the other perspective too. Like this person, you may or may not have bought something from her, but in learning how to do it, you're going to start doing it, and then you're going to start wearing that, and then it's going to become like a fashion fad that all these people will see you in it, and then that will expand, and then that will be like a meme that infects people who will then go back and buy things from her, perhaps, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good and nice way to look at it. I mean, I do think there. I told you about the right. Did I tell you about the right to publish conference that I went to, where it was about,
Mm-mm.
should you let people share your stuff online or should you have stuff open source online? And that's the thing is, I think what they were saying is in nowadays where everything's saturated, anything of yours that gets shared is not necessarily plagiarism, it's like marketing actually.
Mm-hmm.
And because people don't even know who you are, like now at least I know who that lady is who I watched her video, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even know she'd existed to get hair extensions from her if I didn't watch her how-to video. So it's like that, it's like a double-edged sword, but I think you got to kind of err on the side of being relaxed about these things in the modern day because otherwise trying to covet content can make you crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it though there is a nuance. It's if your stuff is shared with attribution, then it's possible for people to follow the breadcrumbs back to you. But if it's plagiarized without attribution, then it is not possible for them to do that. So maybe there's some nuance there.
Interesting. So I guess we should say teach and maybe ask people to share with attribution. But JZ, how have you been doing on this one? What have you learned?
I can't even remember what happened between last week and this week, and then what happened before then,
Uh,
because we've been making so many videos and sharing them, and I do love that this whole show your work book and discussion has prompted us to do more things like that. Like over the last couple weeks, I've made and released a couple videos because of our collaboration and our collaboration with like Jenna and Kimber and Debbie D and all the other people who are also like participating and sharing their stuff as well. So I guess I just feel like that about it. And also, like today, we're going to be sharing, I think Jenna did already, you said,
mhm.
our morning routine. So, like, I'm just kind of proud of us for all of the showing of our work that we've been doing.
Yeah, whether or not we remember every lesson, this is what happens when you try to read and remember everything you ever read. I think it's okay to let things subtly change you. Like it's like I just know now that I'm going to be like, should I share my thing or not? Just share it. Like that, like last week's lesson subtly changed me into just like having learned the lesson of like err on the side of sharing, right? And it's like it's okay to just be subtly changed by this series, but I do think the changes that are occurring at the Moyer Press is that people we are all sharing effortlessly. Like a lot of us who were shy to share now are sharing with an open heart. And I think part of being a producer is getting people to share with an open heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting what you were saying about like absorbing these lessons. Is also, I forget what the name of it is, but there's a certain you know how we all have like blind spots, and what are they called, like oof, I forget, but like anchoring and all these things that they've named for blind spots that we have. There's one for we once we learn and absorb something, we can't remember the feeling of not having known that. And when we think of ourselves in the past, we think we've always known the things that we now like just really know through gnosis and understanding.
Interesting. Well, I have this trauma response when I learn something new that changes the past me and what I would have done in certain cases. So I'll be like, "Oh my god, I did this and this and this, having not known this lesson," and it's like, it's like it traumatizes me. But then going forward, I always live with the new lesson of like the new me does the new. So it's like I don't know about the feeling that you're talking about, but I do know about that kind of thing of like reading does change you. Do you know that reading is literally talking to a person with their expertise in mind? Like if you read like self-help books, I'm like it's like if we had another person in this room with us and we let them just give us all their expertise on a topic.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's like if you read especially self-help books, you will literally become better and better because you're
yeah,
asking people for their expertise.
yeah.
It's amazing.
and and I think it also is a way of time travel because you're talking to the author from the past is talking to you in the present,
Oh, interesting. That's fascinating. Yeah, you can read a really old book if you want.
right?
Well, and I think if we look into the past lessons from Show Your Work, it's like find a community, don't be a lone genius. Share something every day. Like, and I do think that we've worked that into the schedule. Like one of the things at MP that we try to do is make best systems out of best practices. Okay,
Mhm.
so if we learn that the best practice is to share something every day, then we make a system of that at Moyer Press. Like we're like, all right, let's share this video. We're up to like 2 weeks, 2 videos a week of like show your morning routine and show this, so we're working the system, this constant sharing thing, but that's because we made a best like a system out of a best practice, right? And like now that we know that it's important to err on the side of sharing and not coveting your information, we're going to make systems out of sharing everything that we do. Like, so I think we don't necessarily need to remember the lessons, we need to make systems out of them.
Oh yeah, that is also from my management training. It's like another thing that you want to do is make the way that you want people to behave, make that like the easiest, most frictionless way to behave.
Oh wow.
They'll just naturally do what is best for the greatest good of all, or for the company or whatever, automatically.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to today's lesson, which is don't turn into human spam.
Oh dear.
And uh, first off, what they want to say is shut up and listen, right? So, and the quote from someone named Richard Ford is, when people realize they're being listened to, they tell you things. So, I guess what they want to say here is there's kind of a continuum that like there's wait where's it on this side? Hoarder on this side, and then contributor, and then spammer, right? And that's how much you're sharing. And what they were saying in this is like they were given the example of when they were in college. There's always one classmate in every creative writing workshop who claimed, "I love to write, but I don't like to read." So I think this is part of the being in a community where you both talk and you listen.
I have a lot to say about this.
Okay, lay it on me. I'll listen.
Well, okay. So sometimes we get like star people at the Moyer Press because we produce whoever comes in. We're reality TV productions. So if somebody comes into our life and they want to be produced, we will produce them.
Mm-hmm.
And that means putting them on camera, bringing them on the Facebook wall. And what's really interesting is a lot of, especially this is true, especially of lead singer type people, is they think that the way to get popular as a lead singer is to just perform and perform and perform and show off and show off and show off and show off. And really, what makes artists likable to the crowd is if they care about the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like our crowd doesn't care if you're the best singer ever. They care if you sing to them sometimes and then talk to them and listen to them most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, I go out on my Facebook page and I ask a lot of questions, and people are like, "That is so weird and wild that you ask all these questions." I'm like, "Well, we also share a lot of content. So in order to not be a spammer, I'm actually just talking like, oh, here we are. Now what's going on with you?" Like, and that's just me being a human of like, can you imagine if someone monologued at you or just sang at you and sang at you and sang at you and never like walked out into the crowd and talked to you? Like, I don't know. It's an error that artists make a lot, which is to show off exclusively and to not care about the people looking. It's really about caring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it starts with, I think this folds back into the community aspect of it. That was lesson one, which was to form a community. Because again, in your example, what if someone wanted to join our kind of collective, right? And wanted you to produce their show and never watch anybody else's show and never talk to any of the other people who are part of our collective, and never like, yeah. What do you think about that? Allowed or not allowed?
Well, it just doesn't work. Like, and Debbie's here too, and Debbie's great at caring about people. Like, she's a teacher. Like, teachers care about people. They will present their lesson and then care about you the whole time. Teachers are great artists, and they do great content creation. Now, like, you can have your show, and you can do your show, but what's making Jenna and Kimber, they're doing existential side quests. They're doing a fabulous job, but they also come on other shows and meet other people, and it's more about being in the community and taking the stage sometimes, and then really, you and I know this from being in rock bands, that the way you build a crowd or a scene is you go to see other bands play, and then they'll come to see your band play, and that's actually how it works.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's the total parallel to this guy's example of like a writer who, submits to a whole bunch of journals that like they've never even read, right?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, well, and okay, so now I know that my page looks spammy, because my Facebook page, because it's got so much content coming out of it, but a lot of the content coming through my page is for other people actually. Like, Leslie Francis, we're producing this show Astro Soup for her. So a lot of the posts on my page today are for her show, right? So it's like it actually is me listening when there's a Leslie Francis post. It's me listening to Leslie, and so I think it's okay to share a lot of content. It depends on what it is, and a lot of our content is other artist content, and so it's a community space. Yeah. Jenna, you're hitting the perfect note. Like Jenna's saying, is she a roadie, scenester, groupie? I think you're hitting the right note of being in an artist community and showing your work. I think you're hitting the exact bell on the button, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you balance it, JZ? Like, what is there a ratio that you do from like showing to consuming other people's or content, or how do you do it?
Well, I struggle with this a little bit on the whole Facebook part of things because when I was reading this, I think part of the reason I was thinking that I don't post much to my Facebook wall is because I don't want to commit to actually being there and for the people who are writing back to me and going to their pages. And like, I just don't have it in my headspace right now to be like a contributor on Facebook that both like outputs and inputs. And so I think that's part of my hesitation, but behind not posting things on my wall.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. And that has been one of my hard challenges about you as an artist on the page is that you you are on the screen a lot, but you don't really talk to the crowd otherwise. And I feel like the error that I've been feeling is like kind of this error, which is to share too much and not listen a lot. But
Mhm.
you're hitting the right note in other ways because you go to the production meeting and listen and help all those artists, coming up, and like I think you are hitting the right note in your own way. I think we all have to figure it out, right? And you're busy listening to your Gloucester people too. You just got to be. You're growing two communities at once, and so I think you only have so much bandwidth as well, and so you have to kind of look at that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because I think that I've been like, send things to my friends or I send things to like, yeah, the people that I am developing and growing relationships and friendships with in my real life community here. And yeah, I think I do hesitate sometimes to post things online because like I just said, I don't want to have a commitment and have it look like I only do that sporadically.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's a full-time job to really talk with the crowd. It's like I spend all day Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday doing that, and it's a job. It's not like you can just sit around talking to everyone and it doesn't take time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think the lesson here is think about how you are listening to your crowd, not just share. I mean, every artist has to figure this out for themselves. I mean, it's a balance.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm hitting the right note, but I sure do try. I should really do.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. And I guess the point also is just to stop for a second and say, like, we're no experts. We're just reading a book and thinking about it and trying to be better ourselves, you
But see
know?
how the past me got traumatized for when I didn't know that lesson. I mean, I've actually known this one for a long time, but like, yeah, watching some of our singers come in and just show off, but not really want to deal with the crowd or not have the time for that. And it's like they just never quite kind of make it, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. All right, here's another one that it's a lesson I think that you do very well, Andy. You want hearts, not eyeballs. So this part is about like stop worrying about how many people follow you online and start worrying about the quality of the people who follow you. So don't do things just to get more followers. Don't waste your time like following people online and then being like, hit me back or things like that. Like, don't talk to people you don't want to talk to and don't talk about stuff that you don't want to talk about.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
Well, okay, so I read this book about this. Like, okay, so think about if we were on a Netflix movie.
Hmm.
So people always think that we would make it if we were on a Netflix movie. Well, people watch that movie, they consume it one time, and then they go on with their lives. and you don't really interact with them when you're in the movie. You don't get to talk to the crowd, all this kind of stuff. But when you make a YouTube channel, every view is actually someone that you maybe kind of know, or something viewing you, right. It's called a direct linkage view. There's a name for it, where it's like actually one view on YouTube is worth like thousands of views on Netflix, because it's actually a real person that you kind of maybe know, and really it's like a direct connection.
Oh, interesting.
So our numbers are kind of small compared to some people, but our crew is high engagement. Like if you look on our Facebook page, like I think I blew up we blew up a post yesterday with like 130 comments, or that was or earlier this week, and it's like that is a high engagement post, right? But engagement isn't a number to us. It's actual people that we got to talk to. Like I got to talk to 70 people on that one post, which was like, do you have any planets in Aquarius, right? So we might be a small numbers game, but we're a high engagement game.
Hmm. Yeah, right. Because every one of the people that posted back on that thread actually read, thought, and posted. And it was, you were having a conversation with those people, and they were having conversations with each other as well, rather than, some um, uh, thing that is produced by someone popular, and then like hundreds of people like say they like it, you
Right.
know?
And I love that we're not looking for eyeballs, we're looking for hearts. We're looking for emotional connections with people,
Mhm.
not as a monetized thing. We don't even make money off what we do
Mhm.
directly. I mean, we just do this all for the love of it. But I think it's more that we want emotional connections, not just views.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is, like, so part of what he's saying also is that if you want followers, like, do something worth following, right? And I think that that's part of our thing too, is like we try to make content that we like to watch or see. Like I like to watch the things that you make, and like I hope that people like that are my friends and co-collaborators also like want to watch the things that I make, because they think they're kind of cool, like, and we're interesting and inspiring to each other.
Yeah, this is true of Facebook posting. Like what they say in all the books I read on it before I really committed to Facebooking, which is create relevant content that is actual useful to people, not just like that's the whole thing of like, here's my cat, here's my cat, here's my cat. Well, that might be cute, but it's just not relevant content to people. It doesn't. If you say like, this is the transit going on right now, how does that affect your life? That actually adds value to people's lives, right? So when we think, oh, that did add value to my life because she's so cute. Kawaii. Isn't that the word for cute?
Quietus, and then
Yeah. Jenna does it for the vibes and the love of the game. But yeah, I mean, yeah, spam would be content that is like useless and just for showing
Mm,
off. If you're a singer and you take requests and you sing to people's requests, that's relevant content because it actually is engagement with somebody, not just you singing at them, right? It's like you really want to enhance people's lives with your content.
yeah. Okay, the next thing is identify your fellow knuckleballers. And knuckleballers has to do with baseball, in which there's like this weird pitch that you can do, and not many people do it, but like those pitchers will form like kind of friendships with each other and talk about their techniques and show each other what they know. And it's in a way that other more mainstream pitchers do not share such things. And I'm thinking about Andy also, how years ago when we were talking about this, we were like, we are just not mainstream. We are kind of like a weird niche, like culty collective, right? And so what I like is that we're attracting people who I think are interesting, and I like sharing everything I have with them and them sharing what they have with me.
Well, I feel like Jenna is a knuckleballer. Like when okay, she can make rad videos. She's really good at astrology. She's quirky, cool, likes to show her work. Like I guess what I'm hearing from that lesson is like find your people who can hang at the like and who like to do what you do. Like basically hanging with other content creators because I don't know, it's just those would be your fellow knuckleballers, like pitchers, right? Like they're the ones who are pitching the game also. That and it's someone who's at your level with sharing and showing, and that is like having a comrade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're obviously a fellow knuckleballer too, because you like doing what we do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm go ahead.
Oh, and that includes the talking and listening to people. Like you don't just show off; you talk and listen to people, and are always, you know, you love Debbie D. You love Jen. Like you love the people.
Oh
Not
yeah.
the people. Our crew, our people. There are people.
Yeah.
Not that it's a cult. It's just a crew.
I know it's funny when I wasn't even thinking of that meaning of cult when I said culty, because it was more like what is that? Where's even the etymology of that? Anyway, maybe like does it come from a cult? Like some fringy thing? I don't know.
Oh.
All right. Well, anyway, that's another day, but meet up in meet space. So, they said something funny is there's a few times that I've asked people what they think about the best thing about being online is, and they'll point around the table in a gathering where they all came together and it was like, oh, let's just meet up in person, like at a coffee shop. And they're like, this, right? And I think it is really cool that like, you came here and Jenna came here when you were here. We met other people. When I go to North Carolina, I hang out with Debbie D. Like those moments that we who know each other online meet up IRL, I think are extra special and precious.
Wait, meet space means like meet up with your meat suits.
Yes, your meet
Or like
suits.
meet up in person. Interesting. Well, you and I had to do an assessment. We were doing a cost benefit analysis of how much the cost it was for me to go out there. Did that benefit us emotionally that much money? And I think, because we could use that money to make props or get do other stuff for production. And I think us meeting up once a year in person would probably be really good. But also, we can converge in like the Clown Virgins conference that's online. I mean, I think we can take this too. If it doesn't have to be in our meat suits, it can be in like that field trip site we talked about.
Yeah. I think our thoughts about field trips are kind of like a hybrid approach to the like. There's somewhere between like everybody showing up from their own space online with each other online and meeting IRL. Although I do also have to say I'm really excited that we're all going to UAC.
That's true, and I think maybe I also want to meet up at a film convention. I want to go to a clown convention together, but maybe we could do something where every year we meet up in person at a conference or something like that, where we do meet in person, but maybe it's yearly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have. If definitely flies by. We're up to lesson 8, and I think we're gonna skip next week, right? I think I'm on vacation.
Okay.
It's on the schedule, but I think we're gonna skip next week and then come back for the last 2 to wrap up. Or
I see it. Okay, I see. Well, we might need 3 to wrap up.
We need 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm looking at my calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through the March 4th.
Okay. I'll be away.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for this. I'm learning a lot, and I hope everyone is too. And I think for the production side of things, this is really good for everyone. So,
yeah.
All
right. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Jenna and Debbie D and Kazri.
Bye, you guys. Love you.
Bye.